Today, we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, March 2nd, 2022. That and a whole lot more coming up next. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the Small Town Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we get into talking about all the first appearances and the key issues and the cool covers coming out this week, I want to ask you, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content, smash that like button, and hang around to the end of the video to find out who won last week's giveaway and how to enter into this week's giveaway. All right, let's jump into our first category, and as always, that is our covers. And there are a few cool covers out this week that I really like, very DC-centric. First one up is Batman number 121, the Cover C variant by Lee Bermejo, and that is the cover that represents the new Batman movie coming out this Friday. Cannot wait. I never dreamed that I would like Robert Pattinson as Batman, but I think this movie is going to be so cool. Like, I cannot wait. And Bermejo does a phenomenal cover, kind of homaging that movie coming out this week. So that is Batman number 121, the Cover C variant by Lee Bermejo. Next up from DC, we've got Catwoman number 39, the Cover D second print by Zamakia. Now, I love this one. They call this a recolored variant cover, but this has the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman crawling over a bunch of jewels. Absolutely love this one. Loved Michelle Pfeiffer back in the day as a young man watching the movie. Thought she was a great Catwoman. So yeah, this is a definite pickup for me this week. Then we've got Dark Knights of Steel number 5, the Cover B variant by Joshua Middleton. Now, I like a good Joshua Middleton cover from time to time. Seen him on Aquaman, Wonder Woman, a lot of great covers, Martian Manhunter, and I really dig this look. And I'm loving Dark Knights of Steel. So you've got this cover with Green Arrow and Black Canary. I dig the colors and that Middleton style. So yeah, I really like this one. Had to add it to the covers list this week. And then wrapping up our covers, we go to Marvel, and we've got Strange number 1, the Cover E variant by Artgerm. And this is another just kind of classic Artgerm cover, and I love these. He's done several of these over the years that kind of have a similar look, but I absolutely dig this one as well. All right, that's it for the covers this week. But before we jump on over into our second prints, I do want to shout out channel sponsor IRF Authentics. They've got a new mystery box coming up this week. Looking forward to grabbing one of those. Their motto is, if it isn't signed, it isn't complete. They've also started to sell on Whatnot. So if you like to buy books on Whatnot, go over there, give them a follow, and see what you can pick up. They just did their first sale this past Sunday. I think it went very well. And like I said, can't wait for their new mystery box to come out here in March. All right, with our channel sponsorship out of the way, let's jump into our second prints. And once again, I'm being paid back for those weeks where I said there's no second prints. Why are there no second prints? Well, there's plenty again this week. Let's start with DC, and we've got Catwoman number 39, the second print. And that's the cover I just showed you, right? That Michelle Pfeiffer homage cover from her role when she played Catwoman. Absolutely love that one. That second print's out this week. Then we jump over to Dark Knights of Steel, the Gathering Storm. Now, this is Dark Knights of Steel. If you haven't been reading it, I absolutely love it. I've really enjoyed it. Tom Taylor's on it. And this Dark Knights of Steel, the Gathering Storm, collects issues 1 through 3. And the synopsis on it, it kind of says, need to go back. Dark Knights of Steel 1 through 3 need to go back for a second printing. And what better way to offer that but in an incredible bundle? This is a perfect jumping on point for new readers. And the price on this is $6.99. So that's not bad. And you get the first 3 issues. So if you're not reading Dark Knights of Steel, go check that out. I think you'll dig it. Then we jump over to Marvel, and we've got Avengers Forever number 1, second print out this week. We've got also an incentive cover for that book by Russell Dauterman as well. Then we've got Captain America Iron Man number 1 cover G, and of course that is the Alex Ross cover, just in a different color pattern. Absolutely gorgeous cover on that one as well. Alex Ross is the GOAT, absolutely. Then we've got Hulk, number 3, cover E second print from Ryan Otley. And then we've got The Death of Doctor Strange, Bloodstone, number 1, second print. And in this one, the only difference, I guess, is the red title text. Then Shang-Chi, number 7, cover D second print by Dyke Ruin. Then Star Wars, Darth Vader, number 20, second print, the Berserker edition with a silver border. These are cool. This is the one that came out, had the gold border. This one has the silver. Really cool cover, Mandalorian and Grogu on the cover. Then we've got Star Wars, number 20, cover E, second print by Carlo Pagulon. I might have actually said that right now that I'm sitting here looking at it. Wow, I'm so impressed with myself. Strange Academy, number 15, cover C second print, Humberto Ramos variant cover. Then we've got Venom, number 4, cover D second print by Ramos as well. Then we've got Cowboy Bebop, cover K second print by Artgerm. And then finally, we have Duel from Bliss on Tap, number 1, cover B second print. And that is an awesome story, by the way. If you missed that one, grab this second print and give that one a read. That one is really, really cool. All right, now, got our second prints out of the way. Let's jump over into our key issues. And we start, as always, with DC, and just a couple from DC this week. And the first one up is the Batman story, and then the solicitation, a new member of Batman Inc. rises. Then we've got Batman Killing Time, number 1. I'm looking forward to this one. I always enjoy these limited series. And this one is a 6-issue limited series that sees a younger version of Batman in a race against time to discover or to recover a mysterious and prized artifact that is very important to him from Riddler, Penguin, and Catwoman. Some of my favorite characters in the Batman storyline. Really looking forward to this Batman Killing Time, number 1. Next up from DC, and I said we only had 2, but we actually have 2 more because I can't read. Nice House on the Lake returns with Nice House on the Lake number 7. Can't wait to read that one. That was hands down my favorite title to read each week when it came out. Then finishing up DC, we've got War for Earth 3, number 1. The synopsis on this one: the Teen Titans, the Flash, and Suicide Squad all collide on Earth 3, home of the evil crime syndicate, on the hunt for former Task Force X mastermind Amanda Waller. So if you're kind of into, the Titans, Suicide Squad, Flash, this could be a fun title to read, and you've got a number 1 coming out with a brand new story this week. All right, that takes care of DC. Let's jump over into our Marvel titles. First up, we've got Alien number 10. Now, I add this here because the solicitation references a new, terrifying type of xenomorph. So I'm not a big Aliens person. I mean, I like the movie just fine, but if you're reading Aliens, new kind of xenomorph out this week, that could be cool. And a story I am really enjoying, and I've been reading all the tie-ins, is Devil's Reign, Spider-Man number 1. The solicitation in this one references the newly returned Rose, the son of Kingpin. Then we've got Strange number 1, and this is the premiere issue with Clea in the role of Sorcerer Supreme. And that was her on that Artgerm cover that I mentioned earlier. And then finally for Marvel, What If Miles Morales number 1. This is a 5-issue limited series where Miles is not bitten by a radioactive spider, but instead recruited by the government for the Super Soldier program. So basically, what if Miles was Captain America? So that could be fun. I enjoy the What If titles, and I'll definitely probably be checking this one out, and you may want to as well. So that wraps it up for our big 2 this week. Let's jump over to our indie titles, and our first title up is Wrong Earth, Trapped on the Teen Planet number 1. The synopsis reads: the first of 5 unique one-shots building and expanding on the world of Ahoy's The Wrong Earth by some of the biggest names in comics. So I know nothing about Wrong Earth, but if that's something you're reading, Wrong Earth, Trapped on the Teen Planet number 1 out this week. Then from Atlantis Studios, we've got Star Runner Chronicles Origins number 1. Set before the events of the Fallen Star graphic novel, 6 self-contained mini-stories introduce the main heroes and villains of the Star Runner universe. Then from Bad Kids, we've got Cheap Tricks number 1. I like Cheap Trick the band. I don't think that has anything to do with this, but Cheap Tricks number 1, a Western adventure featuring a gunfighting grandma who will do anything to protect her grandson. That means pulling every cheap trick in the Old West to survive. So that sounds like that could be kind of fun, actually. So that's Cheap Tricks #1 from Bad Kids. Then from Behemoth, we've got Follow Me Into the Darkness #1. Now, this is a sequel to You Promised Me Darkness that came out in 2021. Synopsis on this one reads, less than a day until the apocalypse, the darkness guides Yuko and Sebastian to Alaska. There, they will look for a girl who lives hiding in the forest and who may be the key to prevent the imminent final judgment. Meanwhile, the children of the comet face a new peculiar threat in Calissimo's Chinatown. So I like Promise Me Darkness. I liked it. It was okay. I'll definitely give this one a read just to see how it is. Then we jump over to Boom, and we've got Jim Henson's Storyteller Shapeshifters #1. Dane, a nefarious, power-hungry user, and Lee's brother-in-law plots to steal the throne from Lur and his family by turning Lur's children into swans and ascending the throne himself. So that's Jim Henson's Storyteller Shapeshifters #1. Then we jump over to Blood Moon Comics, and we've got Usher of the Dead #1. You are about to come face to face with Death Incarnate. Experience the dark and yet rich world he occupies, known as the In-Between. Discover his plight and decide if he's evil or divine. So that's Usher of the Dead #1 from Blood Moon Comics. Then a book I am kind of looking forward to from Dark Horse, and it's called Radio Space Mission to Numa #1, and the synopsis reads, when a ship crashes and lands on a mysterious planet and some of the surviving crew go missing, the mysterious mechanical hero, Radio Spaceman, is called to investigate. But the planet hides much more than the missing crew, and Radio Spaceman may be stumbling into more than even he can handle. So I think that kind of looks interesting. I'm definitely going to check that one out from Dark Horse. Radio Spaceman Mission to Numa #1. Then we jump over to IDW, and we've got Transformers: The Best of Megatron #1 one-shot. This is like all the others. It's reprinted stories featuring Megatron. So I really enjoyed the Optimus Prime one. I'm definitely going to check this out too because I like Megatron as well. And then we've got Star Trek Discovery Adventures in the 32nd Century #1. This is a 4-issue limited series that tells us the origin of Grudge the Cat and Book. And that's 2 weeks in a row that Star Trek has made this list, and that has never occurred in all the times that I've done this. So for all you Trekkies out there, 2 cool books coming out the last 2 weeks. Then we jump over to another one of my favorite publishers, and that's Image. And we've got Loaded Bible Blood of My Blood #1. That's a tongue twister. Synopsis reads, decades after the events of the original cult series, Jesus, vampire hunting clone, is a bigger outlaw than ever, and now he has to face a threat like no other. The church has cut a deal with the vampire nations to unite with their cloned savior, Dracula. A 6-part monthly miniseries starting on Ash Wednesday. I think that one looks fun. I'm definitely going to read that one as well. I think that sounds kind of crazy. Jesus, vampire hunting clone. Okay. Then we've got Rogue Sun #1, and this is an expansion of Image's superhero universe that began with Radiant Black. So you had the Supermassive book that came out last week. Now you've got this Rogue Sun #1. Really interested to see how they build this universe that started with Radiant Black. So I'm definitely going to check that one out as well. And then jumping over to one of my favorites, Scout, we've got Juniper #1 from the Scoot imprint. Juniper is the only human girl on the planet of Nerth. Accompanied by her loyal robot pal, she embarks on an adventure to discover what happened to her vanished friend. She accidentally becomes embroiled in a larger mystery. A malevolent spirit has dark plans for the universe, and Juniper's actions have made an obstacle and irritation this evil being plans to eliminate. And then wrapping up our indie list this week, and what a title, from Silver Sprocket. This title is Everything Sucks #1. Noah and Kala are high, hungry, and should probably go outside. Unfortunately, the outside sucks. You can't even get a burger without the whole place almost burning down. Michael Sweater combines 90s animation, nostalgia, sitcom antics, and a seasoning of stoner comedy in this new series, and it includes stickers and a poster. So yeah, Everything Sucks #1. I'm definitely going to give this a read. That just has me intrigued. Who doesn't love some stoner comedy? All right, that wraps up our indie list this week. Now, normally I would do my Comic Book Mafia channel shout out. Unfortunately, my schedule and my day-to-day has been insane, and I didn't have time to put that together like I normally do. So we'll jump back to that next week for the Comic Book Mafia member shout out, which of course is the channel membership for Small Town Collectibles, which is now live. If you're interested in joining the Comic Book Mafia, just go under the membership tab and you can see all the cool stuff that comes with that membership. All right, now let's jump over into our first appearances. First up, Alien number 10. We talked about this earlier, and the solicitation referenced a new terrifying type of xenomorph. I don't know if this is any kind of first appearance, but I did want to add it here just in case, so that when you're in your LCS, you can give it a look and see if it's anything that would constitute a first appearance. Then we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 1, and this is very similar. There's a possible new villain that resides behind Door Z. Really been enjoying this new Spider-Man run, and again, one of those I could not confirm if there was a first appearance, but you definitely, if you're a first appearance collector, want to grab this one, give it a flip through and see if anything turns up. Then we've got Avengers Forever number 3, and we get the first full appearance of Moon Knight, the female version of this reality. So yeah, that could be cool, I think. Then we've got Batman Killing Time number 1, and we get the first cameo or full appearance of the Help. Then we jump back over to Marvel, Moon Knight number 9. Great series. If you're not reading that, definitely need to check that out. We get the first cameo or full appearance, one or the other, of Rutherford Winter in standard comic books. Rutherford Winter is an accomplished ex-Hydra assassin / terrorist. Then staying with Marvel, we've got Spider-Woman number 20, where we get the first full team appearance of the anti-Arachnine, Spider-Woman's version of the Sinister Six. And I'm going to say it again, I absolutely love these Spider-Woman covers, and I cannot figure out why. And I'm going to start adding them to the covers list each week because I absolutely love them. And I think they're cool. So you do have a first appearance in Spider-Woman this week. Then we jump over to Star Wars, The High Republic number 15, where we get the first full appearance of the Leveler. And then finally, wrapping up our first appearance list, is Strange number 1, where we get the first appearance of a character named the Harvestman. So definitely, if you're a first appearance collector, got a few books out this week. Some we know that are for sure first appearances, and some that you may have to look through and determine if it's a true first appearance or not. All right, guys, that's it for the covers and the key issues and the first appearances this week. A little bit of business to tend to before we go, however, and that is our giveaway. So the giveaway wasn't claimed last week, so we've got several books up for grabs here today. So we've got Devil's Reign, this beautiful Luke Cage cover. We have this just insane Joker cover right here. And then the books from last week that we showed you, this Batman Detective Comics, this sick penguin cover, and then the Animal Castle number 3. Love that cover. Can't believe I didn't put that on the covers list. Love that one. So that's what's up for grabs with this giveaway right now. So let's go over here and share our screen. Get to our random comment picker. Got it already loaded up as always. Filter duplicate users. We've got 24 unique comments. And we will come over here and hit start and see who our winner is. The Comic Vet, awesome. So Comic Vet's comment, I cannot talk today, was congratulations, Joe. Anachronic Comics won on that video. So hashtag Comic Book Mafia. So congratulations, Chris. Hit me in my DMs and I'll get your shipping info, and we will get your books shipped out to you right away. All right, now, last thing, right? Got to show you the books that we're going to give away this week, or next week, I guess technically. Love this one, this Jenny Friesen cover. This is Catwoman number 40. Absolutely love that one. And then this just sick, DC versus Vampires number 5, Matina cover with the Joker, half vampire. Yeah, that's just fire when you look at it. That's crazy. So yeah, these are the 2 books that I'm giving away for this week's video. So what do you got to do to get entered to win, right? Of course, you got to be subscribed to the channels. That's a given, right? Hit the thumbs up button on this video. And just leave the comment below, hashtag Comic Book Mafia. That's all you got to do. Hashtag Comic Book Mafia, and then you can comment anything you want to outside of that. But make sure you leave that hashtag in there, because I am going to start paying attention to that when I select the winners. And if the hashtag's not there, I'm going to pick another. So hashtag Comic Book Mafia, and then whatever comments you want, and that will enter you into the giveaway for these 2 books. Oh, and of course, I forget, Page 3 Game Zone. That is my local LCS. They donate all these books that you see that I give away each week. So they're linked down in the description below. Go over, give those guys a follow, hit them up on eBay, see what they got to sell over there. They always have some cool stuff. They sell trading cards, toys, Funko Pops, comic books, like you name it. That store's crazy. Statues. Got all kinds of cool stuff in there. So Page 3 Game Zone, JR, Randa, Todd, Pat, all the guys down there, thank you so much for your support. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Sorry that I kind of went through this one quickly. Like I said, I want to get this done, but I've had a crazy day, so I had to kind of roll through this one. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me for just a little bit today. I hope you guys have the greatest new comic book day ever. I know I'm going to. And you know how we end this thing. Until next time.